I want to know exactly who is protecting the lives and health of the people of Cicero against the dangerous chemical emissions that are coming from the Koppers plant on Pershing Road in that community. I've asked, I've looked, and I don't see anybody doing that protecting, the kind of protecting that the people need and deserve. That plant has been doing basically the same thing for more than 100 years. It takes nasty chemical residue from the steel production process and other production processes and uses those chemicals to make other chemicals, which it then sells for a profit. As part of that process, this huge plant, 36 acres in size, one of the largest of its kind in the country, is a cauldron of dangerous chemicals. It takes the chemicals, mixes them, and emits them out into the community, and then they go wherever the wind takes them, oftentimes into communities and neighborhoods where human beings live and then breathe the chemicals. Now, why is this so dangerous? Probably obvious, but let's break it down. Number one reason for the danger: the chemicals are so very dangerous themselves. Let's talk about the two basic ones, the most important ones emitted out into the neighborhoods from this plant. One is called naphthalene, the other benzene. Naphthalene and benzene. The public health agencies which have studied these chemicals link them to cancer, and whether they call them known human carcinogens or possible or probable human carcinogens, by any label, these chemicals do not belong inside the lungs of human beings, and it's trouble when we breathe these chemicals in. Dangerous chemicals, reason number one. Reason number two, the Koppers plant on Pershing Road emits a lot of these chemicals. Naphthalene and benzene in the last year reported were emitted to the tune of 32,000 pounds. 16 tons of these chemicals were blown out into the communities, residential communities, neighborhoods. That's one of the largest emitting facilities in the entire country. Tons and tons, literally, of these chemicals every year blowing out into neighborhoods where people live. That's number two, huge emissions. Number three, I just mentioned it. Where do these chemicals go? Within a half-mile of the Koppers plant, there are hundreds of homes filled with probably thousands of unsuspecting human beings, and they breathe these chemicals probably on a daily basis, chemicals which can travel so easily from the plant to their homes, to their neighborhoods, where they spend time, basically their whole lives. A very dangerous situation. That's reason number three. Reason number four is who some of these people are who are doing the breathing of the naphthalene and benzene. They are children. This community is filled with young children who, like their parents, don't know what they're breathing, don't know how dangerous it is. The reason naphthalene and benzene are so dangerous to children is the reason all carcinogens are dangerous to children, and that is children's cells multiply very quickly inside their body. It's called the growth process, and all is fine up until the point where those cells are damaged by contact with carcinogens. When damaged cells damaged by carcinogens, multiply rapidly, cancer can multiply rapidly. And so these chemicals, naphthalene and benzene, are especially dangerous inside the bodies of children. That's reason number four. And now reason number five. Nobody is bothering to check to see how much of these chemicals are getting to the people, how much they're breathing in, whether it's sickening them, whether it's killing any of them. Nobody is doing the kind of testing that you do when you really care about whether human beings are at risk. And that is testing out where the people are, in their homes, in their communities, in their schools, in their playgrounds. It's one thing to say that 32,000 pounds of a dangerous chemical are emitted from a factory a half-mile away. That's bad enough. That is terrible and dangerous and threatening enough. But the main question that must be answered, and I don't see anybody even asking it, is how much of that 32,000 pounds is getting to where it matters, which is where the people are, where the children are. Until somebody starts testing the air that people are actually breathing in their homes and neighborhoods, then no one can lay claim to really caring about the kind of danger that the people are in from the toxic emissions coming from the Koppers plant on Pershing Road in Cicero, Illinois.